Hi everyone. We are now going to be trading for educational purposes. The disclaimer here is that I am only doing this for educational purposes. This is to use a mobile phone to show you that you can use a mobile phone to trade. Okay, so I'll be looking at NASDAQ. So basically with NASDAQ, we got the 1 minute up here. But there's a lot of noise happening here. So if I should move to the month for my direction, okay, I can clearly see that there is a strong push to the upside, but you now have a pullback. So I look at the week to go a bit closer. So looking at the week, right, you can see there is a so I'm just breaking this down to the 4 hour. So I'm just breaking this down to the 4 hour. And when it comes, right, to the Fibonacci, okay, it's a nice pullback on the 1 hour. Okay, so Fibonacci, okay, it's a nice pullback on the 1 hour. Okay, so occasional reasons, only for educational reasons. Okay, so nice pullback, and it's a strong selling off happening before the New York session. So let's just see where it goes from here. I'll be looking at different instruments, but I will be tracking the NASDAQ 100 right until the New York session opens. Please like the live if you like the information there. So I'm just using a mobile phone to trade from, using MT4. So basically all I do is set up my moving average 10, simple, and really see how each area is reacting from each section. Very simple, very straightforward. So now I'm looking to see what happened. Okay, when it gets to the fifth, when it gets right, it moves now, it sell off to the 50. The 50. Okay, so again, the 15-minute start below the 50, you can see here, and it's pushing down nicely. So let's just see if it's going to continue to push. So I'm waiting for current my local time. I'm waiting to see that this time get to 1500, 1700. I'm waiting for it to get to 1700 at 5, just before the So, how do I do this? The important thing here, this is for learning purposes. So please be reminded, please can you interact by liking the live, right? Please can you interact by liking the live? All is good, my bro. Okay, I'm just trying a thing here with my mobile, using my mobile to stream. Okay, so you can see here, it nicely comes, right? Let's just see now if it's going to use the 15 minutes, come in the next 10 minutes, if it's going to use this as a resistance and open with the next 15 minutes. So you can see there's strong, nice selling off happening here. Okay, and I'm using this, it's below the 20, it's below the 10, right? Now it's 50 going below, right? I'm going to actually look at how gold, look at a few more instruments here. So gold, if I look at gold, right, again, gold again here for 15 minutes nicely reacting. So here again, you know, what would you do here with gold? You can see that it comes up and tests the 61.8 on the 15 minutes here. So it's selling off, right? It's selling off at 50. Nice reaction, right? It comes and tests the 20 MA and it going down. So it's selling off. So you can see here also gold is doing a nice selling off. Okay, comment, like the live, and ask question. This is just for educational purpose. The disclaimer here, you need to do your own risk assessment. Ask question. This is just for educational purpose. The disclaimer here, you need to do your own risk assessment. Me, I've got the beer. You can see here the beer is negative 3.74, and also the bull is negative. So there's a lot of selling pressure happening here. So I'm using the volume, also bull is negative. So there's a lot of selling pressure happening here. So I'm using the volume also. Okay, so I'm going to see if it's going to come up to the 20. This is gold, right? So gold have a nice selling off at 50, right? Let's just see what happened when it reacts here. So, okay, right, see what happened when it reacts. So I'm tracking NASDAQ and gold. NASDAQ and gold, I'm tracking. NASDAQ and gold. So I'm looking 6 minutes to go for the next 15 minutes. Next 15 minutes candle to open. Will Nasdaq, right, treat this as a resistance? Right, guys, I will invite people to join me later on, but I'm just getting to use the input, right? Don't worry about it. I'll get you to join me later. Basically, we're looking at Nasdaq, right? Nice pushback. So I'm looking to see if it comes here, right? It comes at 17,403.9. Okay, we're looking to see if it comes here and be a resistance at the 20 and 10 MA on the 5 minutes. So let me put my marker here. Marker here. This is just for educational purpose. Please, can you do your own risk management? Make sure you understand, right? This is just, I do these sessions just to for people to understand. I will take question afterwards, okay? Because the mobile is more only if you understand how to use the MT4, MT5. I'm using a MT4. Okay, you can see here. Now it resists. You got 3 more minutes. Right, 3 more minutes. I'm just going to see what happened here. Okay. So if I move it down to a 1 minute. Okay. So strong selling still happening. 3 more minutes. Please like, please like the live if you find it interested. You can leave the comment also. I will read in the comment. Okay, this is for educational purpose only. Okay, I will go through and show you how I do my setup from scratch. Okay, so if I take any instrument, okay, if I take any instrument that I'm currently not trading, and then I'll show you my original setup from start. So Aussie, Japanese yen. Okay, so I go to the month. 1 month. Yep. Okay, it already got fib symbol on it. Okay, and you can see this is actually a door. So you can see here. Okay, this is buying. It's above the 10 MA. Okay, so month is saying buying. So that's where I would go with my direction. So I look at the week. Okay, and then all I need to do is go to the highest point and the lowest point. Okay, and I'm going to draw my fib. So to draw my fib, I tap the screen, identify my fib, and it's as easy as that. Draw my fib. Then I'm going to look to see how is the candle, right? How is the candle basically respecting my fib line? Okay. I've also got my 20 MA and I've got my, so this is the daily here. Okay. So I can see that the daily this is just for educational purposes. Okay, 4 hour. So you can see here selling. Okay, so I've got two now. So basically, I'm going to check to see what happened here. Is it going to respect the 38.2? And is it going to take out the 20 MA? My green line here, green or white line is my 20 MA. That's my 10 MA at 50. So will it be taking this out? Right? Or this will become my resistance here. Or this will be, so, after this selling happening here, will it, so this is how I'll break this down and actually look to see what happened. And I can go to 1 hour, right? Because, right, the 1 hour also showing, so, and it's you choose. You could use the 4 hours, my direction. So here we go. My bias going down, going down. I've got my pointers here, clear pointers here. So you can see 23 point, right, at 97.160. And I've got some target I can work with. I got some target that I can work with. So I can say here, if this come on my resistance, right? If this is my resistance here and they're not interested, right? The market is not interested to price, right? To buy back this here, going back to the 50, I can clearly say, okay, if this becomes my resistance area here, this become my resistance here, this line become my resistance, I can say that, right? Because you can see the last selling and buying happening here before this sell-off here in the last 4 hour. So here we go. We're going to see if they're going to buy back into this. Okay, or here is going to be resistance. If here is going to be resistance and they're not interested in the higher price, right, I'll put in a sell here. Okay, so if you're interested, right? You can ask question. So let me go back to NASDAQ. See here from the last 4 hour, right? Very small selling off. So you got, and your probability lower, lower, lower. And you can see here clearly it's selling, but 66.8 is the resistance. So I can open this. I can open this a bit more by going to an hour. And you can see here, okay, clearly you can see, right, it's pushing down. So this buying that happened from here to here, and if I can put this one to show you, this buying that happened, right, when it pulled back here, now you can see that there's selling happening here. So this purchase, this order that comes in, right, in this hour, it's now been sold off. So let's just see if, right, any more order will come in at 66, 61, okay, at the fib. So we got very important here. Also, it's below the 10 MA on the 1 hour. So if it's going down on the 1 hour, if I make this a bit smaller, I can target up to here. You can clearly see, right, my target here. But you can see that it's now testing 61.8. It's now testing 61.8. Okay? So, can you light the light for me, please? Can you basically, I'd like you to light the live if you're learning something. All I'm doing here is using the fib. I'm using the fib. I'm using my 20 MA. Okay. And I can go through and show you. So my 20 MA, I've used my moving average 20 MA. Okay. So these are my indicator here. 20, my 20 MA simple, close, style. Okay. Sorry. This is my 10. And I've colored that red. Okay. 20 MA is exponential, right? And that color is green and white. And I've used the volume, I've used the bull power, and I've used the bear power. So these are all the indication I've used here. Now we're looking at the hour. We're looking at the hour. We're looking at the hour. Right, so if it goes there, I'm looking for it to come here. Okay, nicely. I'm looking for it to come nicely here. Okay, that's my target. So I've clear target here, my 20 MA, right? And you can see here on my fib clearly. If it becomes resistance there, okay, and as the US comes in and there's a lot of action in the market, I'm looking for it to go all the way up here. So I've got two options. Right now it's going a bit resistance there, so I will see what happened here. So this is very key. This is very key for the next stage, right? Is there any instrument, right? Moderator, is there any instrument that anyone want me to look at? Remember, this is learning. This is only for learning purposes, right? You need to do your own risk management. I'm not looking at that. I'm just looking at how we can use MT4. Then I will be comparing MT4, MT5 later. Okay? And clearly using the information, the instrument, the function they give us to actually use that to help us, right, trade. This is only for educational purposes, right? Only for educational purposes. Okay, so you can see here it's respecting 61.8. It's clearly respecting 61.8. All right, I've gone to 30 minutes and you can see. So massive, this is the point where it's buy to, seller comes in lower, then pull back. This is nice clear cut here, pull back, okay. So clearly you can see, right, we're going down to the 66, okay. So let's just have a look at gold. Gold, right, just before the US market opens. So again, you can also see here gold becoming a resistance here. Okay, so that's how I look at the instrument. Okay, very simple. Okay, so as I said, this is just for learning purposes. You need to do your own risk management. You need to make sure you understand, right, how to use a mobile phone. So I go through this again for very new instruments. So for example, say I'm going US 30, new instrument on the block, okay? So what I do, I go find the instrument. You can see here, new instrument. So I go to the month, okay? And then I'll find the lowest and highest point, draw my fib. But you can see here, it's strong buying, higher, higher, higher. Start losing some power here, but it's still buy, okay? So with this information, my bias, right? My bias is saying buy, but I need to look further, okay? So I'll go to the week, okay? And I can see here, it went above and it's going above. So I can say, right, with the bias of a month, I can show you that this is still, the week is still saying buy. Let's go to the day. So I'm looking for, I'm looking for my month and my day to be in line. Okay, and clearly you can see here, very strong, right? Very, very strong buying power here. So what I look to see now is what will happen. Okay, this will take off and then move up. So there is strong selling happening here. It's above, it's respecting nicely. Look, it's respecting the 20 MA. Look, the 10 MA is my red line. The 10 MA, right? Moving average, my 10 MA, you can see it's above. So nice sell. So you can see here, the Asian market, right? This was in the New York market, strong sell. Okay, and you can see here in the Asian market, you can see clearly this is consolidating here. So consolidating. So I'm waiting for the New York market to open, or the US market to open, where where more volume is in the market. Okay. So looking clearly, you can see from here. Okay, please like the live, guys. Like the live. Okay, leave your question. Just stop on the stream. Okay. Like the live, guys. This is just for educational purposes. Nicely here, so I can see definitely my bias, my day, right? The 4 hour is in line. Okay. So my month, my day, my week, everything is saying buy. So all I'm doing now on my bias here is just look, go lower. If you can go to the hour, go to the 15 minutes, and I'll wait to see, right? Okay, will this be pulling back? Okay, now that I've put my marker there, this is my consolidation within the Asian market, right? London session. Now it's pulled back, so I'm looking to see, is it going to be moving up? As soon as it move up and come back in this region here, I'll be looking to put a buy in. Okay, I'll be looking to put a buy in, and I can see that here. If you look, the bull and the bear is in positive. That tells me that the bull is in control here. So you can see clearly, these are my quick markers here to help me, right? Just quick markers to help me. Again, remember the probability is either higher or lower. So therefore, if we got an indication here of the big boys, right? It has consolidated. You can see here, the highest it goes, right? It's reaching at that peak now where it goes, right? This morning, you can see here, the highest it goes here is basically 37,961.35. Okay, so basically what you should notice here is basically this will be going, hold on, to this side. That's where the camera is. So What I will be doing, we're waiting for the London session. Sorry, not the London session. I'll be waiting for the New York session to come in. We'll look at gold. So Nasdaq. Can you see how nicely this has? So what happened here? What's going to happen here now? This is the key thing here. Because you can see it respect the 61.8. It does respect the 61.8 leading into the New York session. So basically, right, we need to see that, right, the sell, it's clearly, can you see here, all negative, right? So this is putting in a bit of buy here, but not much. It's weak, right? And you can clearly see this is the signal here. This is my big signal here, okay? So although the month has shown me that this is why, right, there will be, look at this candle here, okay? An order is put in, the showing you here. From here, even you can go up there, but look at this candle. Nice big selling candle here. Way across, way across. Okay. So, anyone, moderator, is there anyone keen to join the live to ask any question? Moderator? Okay. There's no simulation. I'm using MT4, right? You want me to show you? There's no simulation here. None whatsoever. There's no simulation here. This is real. This is real life data. Let I show you. Okay? This is my app, right? And I go to, right, MT4, right? This is not a simulation. Okay? MT4 on a mobile phone. Okay? This is not simulation. MT4, so I'll close it again and show you. This is my app. This is my phone. Okay? And I go on to, I've got MT4, MT5. But if I click onto MT4 here, okay? MT4, which app are you using? I'm using MT4 on a mobile phone. MT4 on a mobile phone. MT4 on a mobile phone. That's what I'm using. So I'll show you again. Right? This is not a simulation. This is live data. Live data. Please be reminded this is for educational purposes. Right? Understanding. Right? So you can see here nicely. Right? And this is just showing you that Fibonacci is quite a powerful tool. It is, respecting the Fibonacci 61.8. Okay? So, Let's just see what happened here when the New York session opens. You can pin a comment, top to comment. Right, moderator, is there any comment that or any question? Okay, which app? Does that answer your question? No, it's okay, right? What is the general purpose of my app? The general purpose of my app is using a mobile phone. How do you use a mobile phone to trade? Okay, and using all the options on it. Okay, there's several options you can use that benefit you. So you got horizontal line, vertical line. You also have Fibonacci. Okay, you got all you got vertical line, as you can see here, horizontal trend line. You got trend by angle, cycle line, arrows, right? So I'm just going through and showing, right, how you can use, right, all of these, some of these, and the one that I use is just the fib, and I use the arrow. I use also the rectangle line. Okay, so thank you very much for your question. Okay, so again, very nice and easy. You can use the functions to add all the function you use. So I'm using moving average, right, for my 10, and I'm using exponential, right? So for my 10, I'm using simple close. Okay, and for my 20, I'm using 20 exponential. Okay, so these are my indicator. So, and I'm using the volume here. I'm using bull power, bear power. Does that answer your question? Right, so this is just for educational purposes. Okay, right, the moderator has put up what it is, MT4. Okay, MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. I will be doing a comparison between the two. Okay, so as I said here, using the fib is very nice, very nice. You can use the fib to draw your line, so you don't have to stress. Okay, as long as you establish your bias, right? So it's two ways it's going to go, up or down. Establishing your bias, looking at the month and the day. Is the month and the day in line? Right? If the month and the day is in line, you're good to go. Then you go down to your 4 hour and you start looking, right, where is the line? And I've just drawn my fib, and you can see clearly here, and I've done this. You can see this is NASDAQ 100. I also do this with gold, right? You can clearly see here, gold is selling off. So, and it respected, right, 61.8. Okay, so gold is selling off nicely. See the line I draw here, it respected it. So what I'm looking for it to do now is come, this become my resistance, then I put in a sell. Okay, please read what the moderator is writing here. Very educational. You can get it in the Apple Store, right? I can show how you can download it, right, on your Android, and I can show you how you can download it on your Apple Store. The moderator can actually show you how it can be downloaded. Very nice. Okay. There's some advantage and disadvantage with using the MT5, which I will go through later. Okay. Any other question? there any other question? Okay, let me just minimize this a bit so I can actually check to see the London, right? And let me just check to see, right? So basically, right? So 9:30 now. It's 9:30. So basically, the US market is now open. So this is a busy time where you got the overlap between London and, right, basically you can see also this is where you can get all the times, right? Remember, this is just for educational purposes, right? All of this information I'm just sharing with you. This is the world zone map, and you can see when the market is open and closing right across 24 hours. And when you got holiday close, right? So you can see here, Russia is open, right? Germany is open. Okay, London is open. New York, Texas, right? Canada, all these markets are open. Okay, next, this is another very important app I'm going to share with you. This one tells you what news is coming up. It's also what's good about the app. I like your questioning. What are good about the app is the app, it allows you to work mobile. So you got a laptop, right? I don't need to use my laptop. I can use my phone. Okay, I can use my phone, and if you're able to draw your line, you can analyze, and I'll go in depth with those. Okay, so here you can see today is Monday, correct? So you can see the news. So you can see here, right? So CNY China, right? Those are the information that comes out, right? I'm just showing you the other app which I use to inform me. Okay, so you can see here coming up, you can see Japan will be having, and this is very important. So I filter out just the brown and red. So Japan tomorrow, right? So Yang, you will be probably busy. You can see how many reports coming out on the Japanese yen, okay, and US. So anything to do with Japanese yen, any one of those currency will be active on Tuesday. Wednesday, you can see what happened there. Okay. So I like your question. Okay. Close that. Okay, so this is not a simulation. Look, this, I'm going straight back to my MT4 here and straight onto, right? And you can see here it respected. So I'm going to see in the next 15 minutes. So I'm going to see the next 15 minutes to develop a clear direction for goal here. You can see that it comes unrespected, right? My line that I've put in my triangle, so it's trading in there. So I'm looking for, you can see it's all selling off. It's all selling off, okay? So will it come and respect the 20 MA here, which coincide closely with 61.8? Will that become the maximum where the buyer's interested, and then will the seller take over? Okay, at the moment, you can see that it's negative, the bear is negative, the bull is negative. So that's looking at gold. Okay. If I move on and look at NASDAQ, that was the next one we were looking at. Okay. Nice. Look at this. Right here, you can clearly see, right, all the work that the buyers, all the seller did, right? You can clearly see now, right? The buyers and the market now, you can see, look at the volume. You can see the volume, it's very high, okay? So there's a lot of activity happening here, okay? So you can clearly see, come right at 61, and this was a buy. That was one of my prediction because the month, right, gives that the bias happening, okay? Clearly you can see there's a bias of buying. So therefore, all of this morning was, this candle here was the seller, right? And here you can see this is now the US Open, and you can clearly see a nice strong buy here, but you can see there's a lot of transaction happening here. Okay, it respected and start to so will the buyer take over? Strong buying still happening, you can see here, but you can see the bull is also heavy, but will they take over? So I will be watching the next 15 minutes. So basically I'll be seeing, right, at my time, local time, I will see, right, will the buyer or will the seller take over? Then I will look to see the direction for the next 4 hours. Is there any more question? Hello? Is there any more question? Right. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to close out, right? And then what I will do, I start closer to the US session and then go through it. Thank you very much. Okay. And I will continue to do live, but this is for educational purposes. Ask question and I can help you. What I will also do is start to trade on a small account with about 100 to 500 dollars, so you can actually see me entering. But I'm not interested in anyone, right? Follow me, right? You have to do your own risk management. Your own risk management is up to you. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Goodbye.